All right, let's get right into it. If you're over 50, there's a very specific, incredibly frustrating phenomenon that doctors and nutrition experts are seeing all the time lately. You might actually be starting your morning with a breakfast you've always considered to be super healthy. Maybe it's literally something you've eaten for decades. But what if that seemingly perfect breakfast is secretly draining your energy for the rest of the day? You see, as our bodies age, the rules of the game just kind of change. So in today's Explainer, we're unpacking exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how to completely optimize your morning routine without resorting to any extreme diets.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture your typical morning. You wake up, maybe you're a little groggy, you get up and you eat your breakfast, hoping for that essential burst of energy to start the day, right? Yet, an hour or two later, you feel completely exhausted. You might be sitting at your desk or just trying to get through some chores, and you feel incredibly drained. It's a wildly frustrating cycle, and honestly, if you're experiencing this, you are definitely not alone. So, what are medical professionals actually hearing from patients over 50? Well, it usually sounds a lot like this. Are you dealing with unexplained fatigue just a couple of hours after waking up? Or do you find yourself getting rapidly hungry, even though you literally just ate a full bowl of cereal? Maybe it's that terrible brain fog, those intense cravings for something sweet right around 10 a.m., or just an overwhelming wave of midday sleepiness. These aren't just random signs of aging. No way. They're actually a direct communication from your body about exactly how it's processing your morning meal. To really understand why this happens, we have to look at the mismatch between what we're eating and how our bodies are changing. Think of those seemingly innocent, commercial-perfect foods. A big glass of orange juice, sweet cereals, instant oats, or toast with jam. The hard truth is, the body after 50 undergoes some very natural changes. We experience decreased muscle mass and weaker insulin sensitivity. So the aging body simply cannot process those rapid hits of simple carbohydrates the way it did back when you were 30. They essentially hit your system like a freight train of pure sugar. Section 1. The blood sugar mechanism. Let's take a look at what's actually happening inside your bloodstream.
Let's quickly define the core concept here: insulin sensitivity. This is your body's ability to efficiently use the hormone insulin to process blood sugar and turn it into usable energy. Think of insulin like a key that unlocks your cells to let the energy in. But as we age and naturally lose muscle mass, those locks get a little rusty, Our insulin sensitivity weakens. So when you consume a breakfast that causes a rapid sugar spike, your body kind of panics. It has to pump out a massive, excessive amount of insulin just to try and force that sugar into your cells.
And this perfectly illustrates the consequence of that biological panic, the energy crash cycle. First, those simple carbs and sugars cause a super fast sugar spike. Second, your body responds with that massive insulin release we just talked about. And third, well, because there was so much insulin flooded into your system, it sweeps all the sugar out of your blood way too quickly, and boom, your energy absolutely plummets. That is the exact moment you get the shakes, lose your focus, and feel like you desperately need a nap.
Now, feeling tired is definitely annoying, but the stakes are actually a lot higher. Over time, continuously riding this blood sugar roller coaster carries some really serious long-term risks. We're talking stubborn weight gain, especially around the midsection, chronic inflammation, and significantly increased risks for type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. So stabilizing your morning glucose, it isn't just about feeling awake, it's an absolutely crucial foundational step for healthy, vibrant aging. Section 2. The standard breakfast formula. Let's look at a much gentler daily approach. Okay, here is the golden rule for your mornings, the three-part stabilizing trio. Almost all experts agree that a breakfast designed to keep your blood sugar perfectly stable needs three specific things: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. When you combine them, they work together just like a natural brake system for your digestion. They literally slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, completely preventing that massive spike and ensuring your energy stays nice and stable for hours. So how do we actually apply this? Think of this as your core grocery shopping list. For fiber, grab pure oats or chia seeds. That's what slows down the absorption. For protein, pick up eggs or Greek yogurt, because this is what keeps you feeling full and focused. And for healthy fats, you want walnuts or avocado to physically prevent those rapid spikes and crashes. Once you have these basic staple ingredients at home, you can easily mix and match them. You create a beautifully balanced plate every single day, and honestly, you never get bored. Section 3. Mistakes with oatmeal. Because trust me, not all oats are created equal. There are actually two very different worlds of oatmeal.
First, you have your high spike oats, those convenient flavored instant packets from the supermarket. They're highly processed, they're stripped of their best fiber, and they are loaded with hidden sugars. They'll spike your blood sugar literally just as fast as eating a piece of cake. Then you have stable oats, steel cut, rolled, or plain oats. Actually, a fantastic time-saving trick is to prepare overnight oats. You just soak them in unsweetened milk in the fridge the night before, and you wake up to a ready-made, highly nutritious breakfast. It's a real game changer. But the absolutely crucial point here is how you flavor those staple oats. You gotta ditch the brown sugar and maple syrup. Instead, use these healthy replacements. Add a dash of cinnamon for incredible flavor. Throw in walnuts for that healthy fat, some fresh blueberries, or mix in a little flaxseed. You can use unsweetened almond milk to bring the whole shebang together. These specific nut and seed substitutions don't just add a great crunch, they physically slow your digestion so you stay full much longer. Section 4. Small habits, big changes. Let's talk about some practical daily steps. Now, if you aren't a big fan of oatmeal, no problem at all. You can easily build a fast, balanced weekly menu using these quick prep alternatives so you're always mixing it up. One day, try avocado on whole wheat toast. You get complex carbs and healthy fats right there. The next day, maybe a bowl of Greek yogurt with a good handful of nuts for a massive protein boost. On the weekend, whip up a quick veggie omelet, or just keep it super simple with cottage cheese and fresh berries. Rotating these quick options keeps your palate happy while hitting that magical trio of protein, fiber, and fat. Let's look at how this builds into an ideal morning flow. You wake up and you try to eat your balanced meal within 1 to 2 hours of waking. Waiting too long can actually make your blood sugar a bit harder to control. Then here comes the secret weapon. Walk lightly for just 10 minutes right after you eat. This gentle exercise is incredible. It acts almost like a sponge. It prompts your muscles to naturally absorb that post-meal glucose straight out of your bloodstream, keeping your levels beautifully stable. I want to highlight this quote directly from the source material because I feel it captures the entire philosophy here perfectly. No extreme diets needed. The goal is simply to help the body work more gently after 50. You really don't need a punishing regimen. Building a step-by-step roadmap for your habits, swapping your oatmeal type 1 week, adding that 10-minute walk the next, that matters far more over time than any short-term restrictive diet ever could. So, I want to leave you with a question to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. What small habit are you going to change for tomorrow's breakfast? Will you ditch the orange juice? Maybe prep some overnight oats tonight? Pick just one small thing to start with and just watch how your body responds with better, much more stable energy throughout the entire day. Thanks so much for joining me. And here's to waking up feeling absolutely great.